So there's also a statue or image with the same Buddha, but with a crown with 5 points, I think. Ringa means 5, similar to what Tara is wearing. And that one is called Jawa Chamba. Chamba, okay? Jawa Doji Chamba. Doji Chamba. I don't know what the English word for it. Huh? But anyways, it's the same Buddha with the crown. Is called Dorji Chang, and Gyawa Dorji Chang, and without this one is Buddha Shakyamuni. So the example is given, like even if it's the same person, like yourself, as soon as you put on a uniform of a nurse, you become a nurse. And as soon as the same person, if you go and put on a soldier's uniform, then you are a soldier, right? So that's the example that's given. So another one is there's a variety of mantras that we say, whether it's to Tara, to Manjushri, to Amitabha Buddha, Avalokiteshvara Buddha, Avalokiteshvara. You can hear Tara. Chapa mele inchi kala na mi chapa mele law life Buddha la wina law life. I think so. Long life Buddha. Law life Buddha re. Ta dere no opa me ge tanda di jita romana do opa me ge diranga ke go di law life Buddha chana re. Di shamod ma ge di le de jo Amitabha chana re se. Amitabha chana re se. Yeah, so when there's wearing the crown, it becomes Tara, white Tara, and Amitabha. Amitabha ke ti ke go dilu law lap Buddha. Law lap wet Tara de mare. Law lap Buddha cha. Ti macho du. Ti kamot de mage dilu ti Amitabha. Okay. Amitabha cha. Okay. Amitabha Buddha with the crown becomes long life. What? Amateus? Yeah. Anyways, the point is. You can say any one of these mantras, and it's this like saying the mantra to all of them. Okay, so that's the point. So basically, they are all an emanation of Amitabha Buddha, right? Yeah. Amitabha Buddha. Then Avalokiteshvara Buddha, then Lala Buddha. Some of the Amitabha number 10. So Tara, as well as a long life Buddha, as well as Avalokiteshvara, Buddha of compassion. They're all emanations of Amitabha. Amitabha can call it Jiva and another fellow your dad, shoot us over. Amitabha can call Mato Soso Joa, Jetu, and Rotuaga, at the Tanis Mobokia. I did my him go as we say. So that's why when we do prayers that may we be born in the Amitabha's realm, land, and there's a lots of meaning to it, and something that's achievable. There's lots of explanations on it, but I'm not going to go into it right now. So when we usually do our mantra to Tara, is this, if you doing mantra, it's the same as doing mantra to Amitabha, as well, long life, as well as to Cheresi, Buddha of compassion, Avalokiteshvara. It's the same, okay? So it's like doing mantras to all of them.
Tenedanga to Katok Zenda Tamadin Juda in that's a Tamba Tadi Judu Katonga and Zenda the Garanana, Lengol here, the Lekol here is a Lekol Takalakanto Katwashi Tower is it?
Yeah, so we're going to finish up. Now we'll finish up with our last class. And the last class was on le, or we can say cause and effect, or karma.
Ta Ledla soil, gave le, Magivile, Lamatesa soil, lay in the Sokoru in Bichores, Ledla Yanan, Gavile, Yanan, Magivile, Yanan, Geva, Mainke, Magua, Mainke, Liz Chandor, is it?
So there's cause and effect. There's three types, right? Three basically. Either there's virtuous karma, non-virtuous karma, and then in the middle, a karma that is neither virtuous nor non-virtuous.
Oh, that's Tenegarelana, Wana lay lanke the kanda, lay lanke the lay in the Lo Shepa Igor, lay lanke the kanda yore, lay or zoo or lay lanke the kanda yore, lay land the me and twy or a that lay lanke me and twy or mare.
So now you ask, what is karma? Is this something that has something that has physical, some sort of a physical form? Is it something that you can visually see? No, it's not something you can visually see. Okay. Then you say, is it something that you can hear with your ears? And yes, you can hear.
다 나한테 때지 좀 걔네 레드 안 주고 투야 요래라데 하선도 한번 쉬고 저런 게 때지 다리 들라네 쳐서 거대 그래서 당에 되게 난다 레드 안 주고 투야 요래라데 안 주고 투야 요래라데 이세.
So if people know a little bit of Dharma, that's if you say you can hear karma, it's a little bit kind of it might be quite a little bit I don't know, a little bit weird, but that's the reason why I'm saying it.
다 가르라는 레랑케들 간다 요래 레들라 셰파 인케다 셰파 마인케 레인케 주인케 요래서 뭐래 레인케 다 가는 가정가서 때지케래 때지 담은다 요래 당에만 마음으로 먹고 하잖아 다가는 레인의 셰파 이고르랑케 리치 요래서 레인의 셰파 이고르 레인의 셰파 미초 랑케치 요래서.
So there's one school that says if it's for karma, it has to have mind or consciousness.
Oh, yeah,
and there's
lein mind and do the consonation like
okay, so mind. Yes, one school of thought is that for it to be considered karma, it has to have
and I am
when you say mind, it has to have mind. It's not I or whatever, it's the mind of the mind, like that. Consciousness. Consciousness 말해서.
I am this air the not
Real minds
Oh yeah,
consciousness sanitation. Okay, so it's the mind, okay, not the eye consciousness, not the ear consciousness, sound consciousness, smell consciousness, not that, but the mind consciousness, okay?
다디나니 빼나나잖아. 당가서 셰파 인케 레인 가르라는 도차시아도 콘토프라데 셰파레 데오레 레아레 데오레서.
So when it's mind, all the three poisons of ego, like self-centered ego, desire.
이걸 안 했대지 하고 뭐래. 이걸 또
말겠지 말해.
Take some attention. Ego the Gangajere.
Nga
Nanze the Lema 11. That the lady pay.
and the just sum the kare
Oh, the cha control.
the ja kon
Ngajala and the cha control. Then the cha control you peg under
the ja kon chick mara
Ah,
the ja kon ni re
and the cha control that in the mobile, that didn't have a pensega in the pena Ngalan and Ganzela and the Ganze Maribade, the innocence level. They all lame are level.
nganze mara ranchin zi di ngargeta ranchin zi tawure
Ratchin Zekase, innocence mare.
ranchin zi
The Hagoji. The Ganzela Maripala does in the
marikpa
Oh, call lemare, hello, called the body lemare. That the cha lere, control lere. That shipping lere garden and the cha control. That's
sena
Santa Maji.
angar ngargeta ranchin zi chipa marwa
Chipa Marada, Chipa Mara. What the
so the egos and ranchin
Egolan
ngargere
Egolan the Narong to but Ngal and Sachiman Zatik. To the Najini the Becker.
ngargere injina
To Nigeria.
egos and
Tangani Deban Rom goes that Benan do shut up the Began, do chat of control other layer you think ship I think it.
Okay. Sorry, we're having a discussion on that. Basically, so anger, desire, jealousy, and like there's many, all these things are karsumba
The cha control labor. That began the cha control about the layer
these are all
layer de ore, ship order de ore.
these are all karma as well as they are mind, okay? To have anger, to have desire, to have like, you know, greed or jealousy, all these things. Yeah.
Taco layer they were separate as well. That laying ki shipping kid, laying ki shipping ki Carolan, the child control the gachunda, the child control the layer shipping ki. That lay in the less on Bocadre ladder. Yana Gavile, Goriana McGivile, Gor, Yana Lamata Gavile, Mainke, McGivile, Mainke, lazy Gor. That is the Duluco McGivile, yes. That shipper inke, McGivile inke, the chart abu, control abu, and the new days.
So desire and anger are karma, and it's a mind. But if it's a karma, what kind of mind? It's a non-virtuous, okay? Because there's three types of karma: non-virtuous, virtuous. Virtue is good, you know. Virtue is good. Non-virtue is bad for you. And then there's the third type is neither good nor bad, okay? Neither virtue or non-virtue. So this one is non-virtue. Those.
Gewa do Magewa lad, Dapa do Dapa do Gewa, Dapa do Gewa lad, Gewa do Magilla dance and was Magewa do Magewe Leni the Chipachichores called me Munda Tanda Chipachichores, Penando Cha control the Leore, Lenani, Magewe Leore, Dapa, Shepa deores.
So the desire and anger is the cause, you know, they cause non-virtue, and the type of dikpa, basically in English it's non-virtue, or, you know, like a crude way of saying like something that's sinful, and you create non-virtuous karma from that.
Dapa le inchi kase
Dikpa nganzu
six
sin sejer wa the issue ke sin de samsa konso kegyu chen de sin lab kumen do
that came in the pa as a national the pa Allah the megevele Allah the or that the chipachicha is gewa Allah the gevele Allah the chipachicha is
so it's like you know, non-virtue and sin creates the same karma. We call it, it's the same thing. It's a mind, and it's also
Tene karana ngarso ki melo ropa chendo ke kelho do ta soso ke yaro chyo zo ke chendo ke kelho zo yapo chendo ke kelho cholo yapo chendo ke kendo melo panto chendo ke kelho la som ta chyo che sa gewa chendo ke kelho ta tinda ke soso ke kelho yawa tsoma de lere de ore shipare de ore se.
So then the mind that is, again, sometimes the mind that wishes to help other beings, everybody else, wishes to help, wishes to practice Dharma in order to help others as well. Those are also mind, and also it's a virtue.
답변한 저도 서서 다리 서서래 다른 거 파시 모델로 로파 제사는 거 아서 결론도 다른 게지 하다 정거 아서 다른 게지 개와지 제거 아서 다른 게지 가리지 딱지 가해나요 지 저설 서시서 정거 아서 안다 따든다게 결론 지 정거 서대야 해바래 되어라서 정거 서대게 해바래 되어라서 따든다에 리드 해바래 되어래 레아래 되어래 레나니 게빌레래 되어래서.
So, like the mind that wishes to help others, wishes to, okay, today, today I'm going to do my practice. And today I'm going to do my meditation or do my practice. Or today I'm going to go out and volunteer at my community. That wish to want to go volunteer, the thought that comes up, now it's a mind, and it's also a karma. And amongst the karma, it's a virtuous karma.
Order the Teneta Soso Garden at Tenda Shawa Kelon Zombo, Sono Kelon Zombo, the Turni, Titan Ron to Shawa Kanchiwa, the Kelon Zombo Krog, then Tapasha Metal Pantages and Rogos on Pasha Panthers and Rosal and Draw, Patuaga Shawa Karachewa, Soma the Tiki Shawa, Soma the Gavile Channel.
So then wanting the wish to help somebody else, like when you first realize, okay, I'm going to go help the community or this thing, with the genuine, like a very genuine, pure wish to do it, and then going there to do it, and then actually getting there and doing it and completing it, all of that is karma or action, and it's virtuous action, okay? Karma can be defined as action as well.
That I take Leva inke, Shepama inke, ko Shawazare deura, Shawa, Eshira deura, ko can Shepamarwa, Shepama inke, led the Nagachore.
Kandi, Lukishwa.
Ko Shepamarwa, Lomarwa.
Kandi.
Then the Metal Garden and Jiropaches and Rogos or Kenneth Hane, then a passion the Ropachi, Shawachi deat, Shawachi deat, Shawara deura. That's the Inchigas, Asian. Asia the Garden tomorrow, Shipamarwa, Shipamain.
Okay, so now this is Geshe defining virtue that's mind and virtue or action that's virtue or karma that's mind, and karma that's mind and karma that's not mind. Karma that's the action that's mind and action that's not mind. So when you think you want to, I want to go help this person, this genuine feeling that comes up in you and say, I really wish I can go over and help that person, I'm going to go do it, and you do it. That's the mind, and it's action that's virtuous. And you go and when you do and go and help the person, that's action. That karma is again virtuous, but it's not mind, because it's just action, the activity of virtue. The activity of virtue is not mind.
다치 자도 통고도 아서 자통도 계속적으로 와서 자통고도 싸가지고로 그 상태에 가려는 쉐바를 되어로 와서 자통고도 싸den게 쉐바로 와서.
Yeah. So the Geshe says when let's say he's got a tea, and when he has a thought to I want to have a sip of my cup of tea, that is a mind, right? That's a thought that's created by a mind. The person who is drinking it is I, right?
Yeah.
So unless I have the thought to drink the tea, I would not drink the tea, right?
그래. 다가르랑에 자통거도 자통도 로드 자통거도 상케도 자통도 로드를 되요래서 로드를
So that is when the person that's thinking that when you have the thought to have a sip of the tea, that is the mind. Okay.
당에 자통거도서 자통도 로드도 와서 근데 자통도 로드 야나는 레코 게일이 고라 야나는 메게일이 고라 야나는 라마텔 고라 쳇었다는 칼이 있어래서.
So now the thought to have a sip from my cup of tea, it has to either be a virtuous action, a non-virtuous action, or it's got to be neither virtue nor non-virtue. What do you guys think it is? Of the three?
Neither. Neutral.
Neutral. Lomata resa kange.
라마타레 됐다 라마타레 코가는 셰파레 더 게윌이야 말하면 게라 라마텔레는 게 든다서 고래서 오 that's why.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's neither virtue nor it's neither virtue nor non-virtue.
당에 잔통소 와서 잔통소.
So now I'm sipping it, right?
잔통와도 내 잔통 그 속에 로드 말아 와서 말 셰파 말아 와서 잔통와도 셰파 말아 와서.
So now as I'm drinking this, taking a sip from my cup, that's not the mind, right? That's the mind, right?
야, 아신대로 와서. 나도 백견 하나 샤워하려고 그래. 셰바보, 샤워, 셰바보, 샤워라는 어다들에다 아신대로. 이제디 셰바 말로 와서. 다고 레레대로 거 로마텔레레. 거 기회려 말하면 기회려 로마텔레레.
So sapping the tea also is again the action, but it's not the mind action. Okay, it's just the action, and it's again it's a neutral action. It's neither virtue nor non-virtue.
당연히는 자강을 나랑 토마상을 자로 나타냐만 돈에 딱근처리 추바도 피고아서는 추바핀도 걸어서 해고로 와서.
So let's say I do not take a sip from the tea, and all of a sudden in my mind I have a full cup of tea, and I'm going to make an offering to the Buddha, and this mind that wishes to make an offering.
다가는 나는 근처리 추바도 피고 마라마동에 근처리 추바도 피고아서는 추바핀도 로전 추바핀도 솜바도 로 해바를 되고 와서 추피고서 추바핀도 로도 말레니 추바피고 말아 와서.
And so this thought comes into me that I want, this wish comes into me. I'm going to make an offering to the Buddha with this fresh cup of tea. And so unless the thought comes in, this consciousness is there, the thought comes in me, I would not do this, right? I would not make an offering.
다들 추바 핀도 계속 가르래서. 여걸 야나 레다말레 게멜레서 싸거로 이거를 가르래서. 추바 피고아서 추바 핀도 로드레서 셰바들레서. 근데 셰바들 가르래서.
So this mind, this thought that comes into me to make this offering, what is it? You said virtuous.
Yeah, the geware deure gevilere de yores. Geware gevilere shepare de yores.
So it's a mind. It's a mind action or karma, as also it's also virtue.
Yeah, manda imbaji, waju imbaji. Karma, good karma,
good karma. Mind, karma, and virtue.
That is the pineal piadura. Dia piad, Eshide, piad, Cardinal, you're the Shipa Mainke, you're giving lay channel, give a channel, give lay channel.
So then when you actually do the offering, it becomes a karma, and it's an action. But it's not the mind, right?
No, it
does not have. Let's say it's now the cup has hot water in it. So now let's say I have a hot cup of water in my thing, and then a dog or a street cat walks by, and I have this wish to kind of throw the water on them, you know,
다 천도가 당연히 처음부터 첫 시민걸 책에서 그 로좀 하지니 건 지금 말로 와서
So if that thought doesn't arise, come in you, you're not gonna do it, right? You're not gonna splash the cat or the animal with the water.
나도 장에 간라서 제와 이나 장에 야와 두와 간라서 제와 이나 담아 마찬가지로 그 젠도 글로스 레고리 젠도 글로도 맨날 하루 자체 말 젠도 글로스 레고리 젠도 글로스 맨날 짜니 제우 말이에요.
So this mind, unless you have whatever you do, whether it's good things or bad things, karma, good karma, bad karma, good action, bad action, everything we do comes from a mind that thinks the thought that comes in it. If that doesn't occur, you will not do anything.
다디나게 당인들한테 참모도 시민자들 자서 땅에 참모도 시민들 거 떡거다 선은 땅에 떡거다 선은 돈도 좀 해 말하는 게또 아마 라방 좋은 말로 와서 돈도 되고 그래서.
So this wish, wanting to, this thought that wanting to splash the cat with some hot water or water, that unless that comes into your mind, you would not do it, right?
다든다 만들라는데 모티베이션라는 코카르라는 때려다 마로게 노래도 그러서 마로게 파쇼 만들 너색 마로게 노래도 그러서.
So this comes from the motivation is this motivation that arises is a bad motivation, right?
더 다기어 레상나니 가르데 그러라는 다세모레 쳐서 하고 kom 게벨레데 그러 먹게와레데 그러 먹게벨레데 그러 셰파 임바
So now it's easy to understand. It's a negative mind, right? It's a negative mind. It's a non-virtuous action. Wish, non-virtuous wish and action or karma, and it's also a bad.
답변은 시민들 때문에 당연히 첫 사무들은 시민고만 채서 와서 시민고만 채도 셰바 말로 와서 더 셰바 말해서 또 오시라나 들어야 되나 다 더요 셰바 마인께 거가라는 먹게와인께 먹게벨레인께 찬우래서 셰바 마인께 그 먹게와도 먹게벨레 찬우래.
So when you go and actually splash the water onto the animal, it's not the mind, it's an action. Now it's a pure action. And it's a negative action, it's a non-virtuous action. It's although it's not mind, but the action is non-virtuous.
데네타 미세기 쳐서 해규하대요. 레인케 겨와다 막드라. 아주 카나마 드라테야 된다. 아주 미카나마 드라테야 된다. 다 달갈로래. 인지가.
Sound.
다디 사운드 찌빠찌짜를 사운드를 카라면치 대천절을 야나는 그 카라 드라가 레기진데요. 드라인케 레인케 요소래서.
So also there's also it can be a sound and it can be karma, okay?
단단 알던데 가려나는 비콩투사스라는 난간주다. 뭐를 둘 콩투래서. 당가서 요라가 타투사 레드라 셰파 인케다 셰파 마인케 드라인케 레인케 오데요 모체셔그 레인 셰파 이글랑 해 뭐요래서 당가서 가려는 전타 고마 탄지 웰르는 뭐를 두고 레인 셰파 이고 말해서 레레 셰파 인케야 요래 셰파 마인케 에시 오실라라 에실라라 또 소마들 레노로래서 되네 카라뉴 드라 댄소프라데 레노로래서 뭐래 드라다 레게진데 요서 다들 미세래 요서
나가주나게. So all this that we're discussing, the division of karma that is created by mind and karma that is created by not mind but just action, but it's also still good or bad karma. It's all this thought has been written by Nagarjuna. Okay.
내가 기체도 저런 레인 안쪽 트라이고 라들 다쳐서 살은 대학 배우려서 레인 게다 다인 레고 두아선 다쳐서 때가 발 대치원도 방안도래서 신도래서.
So before when I said that to be karma you can, it just could be a sound that you can hear. And that was like, you know, a little bit kind of hard to comprehend or understand what is he talking about. But the reason why he said it so that it would just remain in your mind. So right now he's going to explain karma or action, positive, negative, from the sound, the spoken.
ngā tō chitō chī gyawā sā, mā gyawā sā lā, dā gyawī lē sā, dā mā gyawī lē sā lā dī chēngā kī tē kia chī nrō nō, chī sā sā nrō gyawā sā dā mā gyawī lē dā mā gyawī lē nō yē sā sā wā dā tsā nī nē wā rē sā, bē mā sī sā sā mō rē, yōng kū chī mā sī mā zō nā lē sā sā nrō, kā chī mā rā nā mā tō lē sā sā nrō rē dā sā, zō pū yōng kū chī mā zō nā mā tō lē sā sā nrō rē sā. Kana ni drat mare na mat let sandu re ta let la yana yawa yana dua yana yang ko ma inke ta so ko le nda sa ne ba re se.
So generally when we speak about accumulating virtue, you feel like, oh, you know, in the mind you feel like you have to go somewhere to go to accumulate virtue. You know, you have to travel somewhere and then you're gonna do your practice to accumulate virtue. But actually to accumulate your karma, virtue and non-virtue is the easiest thing. You don't even have to, you know, just by saying something, you've accumulated some sort of karma. Okay, it's just by your movement, your action, your thoughts. Just by doing everything you do is causing karma, and whether it's virtuous, good karma, or bad karma, yeah, it's just happening like that.
Send kazi or jayore, or the send send just on a dollar chat was the doesn't send it is our Kajina Majina, Kali the Jogo was, Kalina Jogo, Chechuma, Kali John Matu Dollar Savala, Chechuma, Kali the Jogo was.
Even to, like, for example, to save $1, you have to work hard for that $1, right? You have to put some effort into it. It's made up of all these cents, and you have to save all these, you know, all these cents together, like 100 cents to make $1. And you have to put some effort into it.
Gewada Magiva Sayado, Gile, the Magivi Sala, Kalicha Goma, young goods on a Yana Gile Chandra, Yana Magile, Katatasona, Yana Gile, Yana Magil, Yana Lamate Chandra. So not Cogodile, the Lingoni, young goods on the sock orders on Rotares.
So, but to accumulate virtue, non-virtue, or neutral karma is so easy. You know, just any kind of movement, any kind of motion, it's either neutral or it's gonna be virtue or non-virtue.
Penanda Zangasan, Compandino Guala, Gonino Magon, Compandino was something to us. Gonino Magon, Tigo Corona Magon, Compandino was something to us.
For example, in this the temple, if you don't either come through that door, the two doors, that door or the other door, you cannot come into the temple, right?
Dina Yanazo, Gewasana, Magewasana, Gemege, Lomate, Zonge, Kandra, Sawa Inaya, Siana Ligoni, Yana Nagoni, Yana Yegoni, Gosog Tunimatani Sasa Yumares, the Sok Tunimatani, Gosa Sasa Tani never is.
So, in the same way, to accumulate your karma, there's only three ways. Either it's through your mind, or your speech, right? Or your physical action, you know, through action, through body, speech, or mind. Body, speech, and mind.
Oh, that's Angilaza, Zupongonichi, young goods at Chiwana Pena, another Motia Levala, could be Zupongoni, young goods was, and Motia Las was. Motia Levala, Yana di Shawada, Yana the Gawari, Yana Magia, Yana Lamate, so Gordon on Rotares.
So just even like lifting the cup, the mug, as Geshe did, right away that has become a like action or a karma, either good and bad or neutral.
But I get the thoughts under the series at a holder. Their series I had a croyo in Gichu Jotar and Gichu Yana Lemeleka, Lamateglen on Rotares, Lamateglen on Rotares.
So like sometimes
다 되게 된지 되는 거.
Geshe is using his hands and touching his mic. I'm using the hand to put on my face,
Yeah.
scratching my face. So that's become like it's like again karma. It's become neutral karma, right?
다가 좀 아마 실제로 니마를 써서 본기 좋아 그 zupo yongu chia the more chesho the gasho on to that to go on Amazon gave lesho more go chesho yongu chia and maki lesho mal more chesho yongu chia and more lamatana yongu chia and that doesn't so to and
So you have to be sometimes you have to be conscious every day. Which type of karma or action do you do the most? Whether it's positive or virtuous or good karma, negative, non-virtuous karma, action, and or neutral karma or action.
당에서 카니 말을 드라즈 대칭출 카니 말을 드라즈 대칭출 드라즈 이 친출 그것도 써 걸어주는 거 잘했어요.
As soon as we speak, as soon as a sound comes out of our mind, it has become a karma.
답변아야 카그토니까를 나는지 멀럽지 팬비게 깨자해 알아서봐 파쇼 멀럽지 팬비게 깨자해 알아서봐 다 한대와라서봐 찬틴 담반대와라서봐 다 뒤초마데 다 기빌레나 양도로 하세요. 기빌레나 양도로 하세요.
So when we speak, say something that is positive to be helpful to somebody, to console somebody, it right away it becomes virtuous sound or action.
Pena passion muchile karana koronando 깨자 치치히와 양주 디그 자 깨자 치다드 그러 기빌레 이스 요래서
So as soon as you say something that is helpful to somebody else, right, it is considered virtuous action or karma.
다든데 pena passion mother no androage 서서 깨자 치치히야드 자르데요라서 자르데요라서
So when you speak a word of something good to somebody, one word, that's a sound, right?
다르데 다가르 자와 인케 레야 인케 개와 인케들 개빌레란 게 자데요래서
So it is sound, it is action or karma, and it is virtuous.
그냥 한대야 담반대야 라서바 칸데 닥칸데 안데서 소마드 디그 자 소마드 게빌레이 바로 아고 게빌레야데 데오르 다르데 요래서
So then all the recitations of any kind of Buddhist mantra, it's again sound, it's a virtuous action, and it's
다 단단하게 처럼 해야 저지 카라 해야 초마경에 카나니마 다 단서 초마드 게와르 데오르 다르 데오르 게빌레야데 요래서
yeah. So it's this last half an hour that I've been speaking to you on this subject. It is sound. It is virtuous action. It's a virtuous karma.
어더라도 다 가서 카나니 발로 파시 뭐 선자와디 있나야 다 라레 양게 다다 사사 파마 벤자 마이마 뭐 선자와디 있나 들지 때지 푸둔로야 카나니 치만현 바도 대고와 있나 다했던다이 드라드 다르 데오르 머게레야데 데오르 머게와르 데오르에서
Yeah, so that whoever it is, whether it's your parent or relative or someone around, just a little bit of like if you say something a little bit demeaning or a little bit negative, it's sound and it's an action and it's a non-virtuous action or karma.
그래서 시절로 받아들여서 쳐다 시민을 가면 쳐다 시민 뭐 뭐냐 된 게오라 쳐다 시민 거를 쳐다도 이나야 때 쳐다도 비답라도 미게레 찬도로 다서 미게레 찬도로 다래 미게레 찬도로에서
And in the West, it's like people we love to have pets. So to your pet, if you say a bad word or say something harsh, that's again the sound is it's a sound, it's an action, it's a negative sound action, negative. Non-virtuous karma.
야바시 쳐다 시미 거로 다카게 고마를 마거나야 쳐다 시미를 샹종게 샹보게 깨네 하네 따제제자는 가서지 샹보전지 콜라지 계좌 야보도 계좌요라. 이 계좌 야보시야 drap라도 여기에 찬노래서.
Now to your pet, if you have you feel very kindly towards and you pet it or you say like very sweet words thing to it, then that sound is all again sound. It's a virtuous action and it's a good karma.
다들 전에 당하서 나한테 전에 원하다나 개와라도 먹개와라도 다단다 개와 인케 드라 인케 개와 인케 셰파 인케 개위레도 개와 치파레라 임바 등해바다 나고라 먹개위레도 먹개와 치파 개위레도 개와 치파 다들 바타체 치바 치자어서 개위레 알라 개와 알라 치파 먹개위레 알라 먹개와 알라 치파치 단다 치파레도 그래.
So negative action is negative action is the same as non-virtue, and positive or good action is virtuous action. It's the same.
다 개와 먹기와는 게 간다래라는 개와를 가르단 나서 사지에게 출륜을 개와게 단다데 가르서 랑은 나미겐 데베 용지세 가지 저도 집에다미가 어자고 봐도 개위기 천이래 다 개와랑 게 간다 고르나는 개위겐 레베 대완조와 때키와 소소는 하셔 마트비기 개와 사와라 때네 다 하셔 마트 소소는 레베 대와용와 대와요와 그 자차자 태상매와 사지가 농대요와 동원이 속에 태상매봐 다 단다와들라 개와라 그래다
야주스는
개와랑 게 간다들 라오레라와 이나서 개와를 거 지차들 개와랑 게 디가 남매겐 레베 남매겐 레베라는 페나 단단에 카드 두저 산드 두 살레천가 나오 말와야 다 대지 구나 두루 완다 남매겐 레베라드 다그러 개와다 사차지 개위겐 레베데 자차 자도 소소로 대와고 개외 사이긴 레베 두하 짜니고 하메와 개와 테사 개와 체조 간다다 사이나 개와 체조라 빠삐그 소소로 대와 체조 마 대와도 고와 때 키와 임바달라 개와서
Yeah, so
개윈데 대와고 때 키바달라
so it is 100% guaranteed by your virtuous deed or action, like pure virtuous deed and action or mind, you will get, the result will be happiness, contentment, happiness. That is 100% guaranteed. No matter how big or small, just like, let's say you eat poison, depending on how small or big, you're not going to get sick right away, but as time goes by, eventually you will feel the pain, the whatever from having taken the poison will affect your body and your. The same way, every deed of virtue, you will receive the result of dewa or contentment, happiness. That is 100% guaranteed.
Oh, dewa that's daga dewa deke jomu goji ta mgewa lanke mgewa chejo mape mgewe to chejo kanda da sawa ina dik na megen deben hash ma to so chiyo yana chiyo andal yana chiyo jema ge jema ta hash ma to big so mgewa chejo kanda da sawa ina di na megen deben so lo dunha go so lo dunha nyugo ta de jacha jate kiwa o tala mgewa azan.
So in the same way, your negative action or thought, any kind of bad thought or action, whether it's big or small, you will reap the result of it, which will be suffering, big or small. Eventually, it's just a matter of when, whether it's in this life, whether it's in the next lifetime, whether it's in the lifetime after that, but there's no escape. You will reap again. That also is guaranteed.
Oh, that's not the that's the tang has got Geshe Shang Sambasanda in a Kazi Sosok Katselati, Naya Sayat and Wodil Gawago is Tanagaran, Hamagana, tanda zon me give le mo san ta di na me ndebe de ka di na nga ji nyo go de ta ko ji nyo san ji zong ro ni nyo san ni zong ro nyo a de zong ro nga zo bless it de ji pa de ta ka di na bless ka di na set to de ka di jo pa set to so so ga wo ti na ge ja se shong ji chen ba so tanda na san da tanda go de ga wa go tu re se
So great practitioners, very genuine great practitioners, when they get sick or when they are suffering through some family turmoil or physical ailment, they are happy. They're happy. They're happy because in their mind, they have, you have accumulated. To them, it's like paying off a debt. And it's like sooner or later, I have to suffer whatever I have done, whatever bad negativity is their thought that I've done in my past life or before, and now it's happening now. So it's like paying back a loan. They're happy to go through it. Says, oh, now I'm paying it off. I'm paying it off, and they are able to develop a sense of satisfaction as they're going through their illness or suffering. Have that sort of a mind where they can say, okay, now I'm paying it off. I would have had to pay it off, and it's only this, this much, and I'll be done with it after I've paid this off.
다 타대가 막 그냥 타대가 막 뜻해서 매바도 야보 녀죠 개체 못 살아들어서 다 디성아서 쫓은 나롱 뭐성아서 토야요와 가리요를 나와 있나서.
So listen to this carefully. It's important. In today's society, what can we really see and hear? Examples that we can see and hear.
리치 그럼 무슨 디나로 다치 세례 개와고 동화뇨와 나사 난 달로 몸보 그러 난기치 좀아도게 된다게 나산자라 푸는다 나건게 저도 제대가 그러면 빼 그러지 최세 전부 최지야를 간도 용게 최세 전부 최를 빼면서 당상 용게 빼면서 뭐 전부 다 전부라고 그러다 다 미티 전부 되더나라 빼면서 괜찮아 보고 되게 나살아서 받다 샤라 알로모 나야 셀리케와 뇨데군게 나 뭐고 와요 저 라마 탐보는 아니 캠보 탐보는 아니 야데 다 라마든다 탐보는 알아든다 요래서 단다 문제는 어디 요래서 나 나고게 요래서.
This is if you can, there are people who are very devout, very spiritual minded, wanting to practice, practitioners. There's lots in the monks and teachers, lamas, and that are like that, and they're always very frail and sickly. They're suffering. They're going through a lot of illnesses all throughout their life. They have a lot of illnesses. And it's like lamas that Geshe has seen himself. Many years they're suffering in pain, like just always in pain, needing people to help move them around, even just for them to move. And they're like in deep, great physical pain and suffering. So in Buddha Dharma, this kind of situation, what do we call it?
the passage the big not me much to the that patano reason die get the pan much to die get the big not me die get reason.
So these where there's these great practitioners who stayed in meditation in hermitages just for many years, and then at the time of their death they're going through great physical pain and suffering. And this situation, what they say at the monastery is this is not the suffering that this person is going through, he's going through is not a result of, oh, just because he's a great practitioner and he meditated for so many years. The result is that he now, before he leaves, he is getting rid of all his debt. At this moment, he's getting rid of all his debt. He has, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I'm also more pledging more than the machine and pledge on some of them. Some of the set you are done. That make you leg and not meet some of the sen. That's on a Jewish smaller taco. Do my what I meeting. That's the next answer is on so that's a so.
Well, it's written in the, this is written in the canons. It's like, when before you die, we want to get rid of all your debts. You don't want to die with you owe anybody any money, or you want to make sure you be clean. And so in the same way, when he's dying, he's getting rid of all his negative karmic debt as well. And so that when he moves on to the next life, he's clean. Okay, so that is what this is an example of in Dharma.
Rich is that all of another union. Tagasan to Chemamana Nolina, Mansanolina, Richie Garana, Kadina, Malongoku, Toma, Tapenazonici, Tanamambu, the Matagachi Tsoyig Techenda Dina, Radas and a search and search Changala, then a sort of Tsochi Denki. That is such a son of Mambo, Penas on Massacre, Nyachanjo. That number me time ago. That I can imagine. Such a sweet young gentleman taught you thinking as just on a mobile was. That must say, Mulungoku on your tosso, Zoala, Sobado. That's a game, a Tandroga sweet young Jenny, Tigam also taught you, Junkelas, that didn't come down mobile was it.
And then, of course, not now, another example would be you don't have this in the monks, but monasteries that much, but in general society, there are people who make a living, their whole life, they make a living from sort of like kind of tricking other people, or they make a living by the killing or selling of animals, like just by hunting or by butchering, becoming different type of things. Yeah.
Some of the go to pass on the Magiwa Chanjo.
So then, like in that way, this type of person, their whole life is by doing non-virtuous deeds and actions. Right? This is from the like a Buddhist, like a religious way, from that point of view. Okay.
Your social Tada, Manta, Namala Saba, Be London, Kage, Nam, Tam, Jono Benjo, Pemisigma, Nyage Chadenki, Mokoyores.
And in that type of people, in their lifetime, they are very healthy and happy, they're wealthy, their family everybody is like doing so good, and you can see that, right?
I took a total Atachi, the Pakistan, then I saw Casara as a sort of massacre, Nyage child, the Kak, and Nago with the Tago, when they turn they got the Passat and a Casara as on. That's a non-chip making kids get lost of the track holder. That's in the track holder, does it?
So those who do not know Buddha Dharma, right away they might think, oh, this, this person is, they're, even though they're doing, living off of, kind of manipulating other people or fooling them, or they're living off of like just the lives of animals. They're doing so well. They're like there's nothing wrong with doing any kind of little bit of non-virtue, because they're wealthy. They're like rich and they're happy and they're healthy. They're not sick. In Buddha Dharma, this what we say is. So in the Buddha Dharma, what we say when we see situations like whatever positive virtue or positive karma they've done in their past life, they are expending it all right now. They're basically spending, like it's like somebody who's spending all their money and one shot, and once it's gone, it's a sign that there's going to be a lot of suffering now later in their life, or if not, in their future lives.
다가서 타댕 아마도 저 조이나 다가서 지자 가지 시하나 마시나 알아서 라르츠마데 니마르레 메나야 삼바zambozo taga mesiki kesemborese 니마르레 삼바zambozo tuna kesanre 니마 샤가zo tuna kesanre 치츠 찌미테서 마트나야 디지디 kesanre다.
So now to basically to summarize everything, in every day, even for a moment, if you can make your mind honest and pure and virtuous and good, it is a benefit. It's a benefit, whether it's for a moment, half a day, 1 hour. Work on yourself in your mind. Okay, do good.
전에 당가서 네 딸이 그 장갈 이슈 그 총각이 디체체 뭐지 개월에 제를 뭐 제가 가당한주 디체지 그 디체 인자 개운도 있어.
So now this month is 2 special days. It's the Jesus Christ, the Christmas birthday, as well as Ganden Tibetan Jesongkapa's Ganden Ngamje, which is the Festival of Light, is happening this month too. Okay.
다 이슈 그 근처 그 총각이 디체즈 가서 저소소는 좀비들 빼면서 저소 후천보서 그래서 저소소 뭐봐 차도 그래서 다 이슈 그 근처 그 총각 저소소라 이슈 근처 그 가서냐 그래서 가서 다 이슈 근처 그 있나야 샤세그 타고 다니 그 근처 이 자기를 케그 모델다 스텔은 세마시아도 샤세냐래 제아도 근처 그라가티 뭔데 이바라서 다 이슈 근처 그 총각을 가진 제거존로서 더 돼야돼 대선제 팬토요 말은 되는 이슈 근처 그 근처의 까래 전부 임버트네 이마 지기 지 상바다 제와냐래 제투는 이슈 근처 그 모델다 티근 루레 저소 그 디체 저소다 디그 고찬로레 마트 근처 그 디테일라는 진도서 몸보다 다지 살아서서 돼야돼 대선제 팬토가요 말했어.
So because it's Christmas. And then the Christian, in the Christian thing, people all over the world will be celebrating Christmas. And now just celebrating Christmas with, spending a lot of money and fancy stuff and things, that is, it's okay, but it's not the way to do it. In reality, they should listen to the teachings of Christ, and what he would probably want is peace. Be peaceful, be compassionate, and helping each other together. The basics of all spirituality. And the more during this time, if people can be peaceful, compassionate, and helping the needy and each other, that is the best way to celebrate the holidays.
드네 당아서 쫄로 서바다 체스오래 해서 다 쫄로 서바 나라가서 처마이라 말이야.
And then the new year is coming. So for the new year, Geshe wants to wish everybody Happy New Year.
그래서 로사바레 세고들만 갖다 전부 수수선으로 처음에 다산인데 쫄로사바 세고를 대제는 우트나다 재미가 로사 세고를 대니에 뜨배때가 로사 세고를 로사바레 세고들만 수마 터치했다는 막 가고 수수선으로 해서.
So now when the new year comes, everybody's going to be like really celebrating and being happy. First comes the general New Year, then you'll have the Vietnamese, and then the Chinese New Year. Then after that is the Tibetan New Year. This year is a little later, and everyone's going to be like, having a lot of fun and celebrating. And it's sort of like something that's just done like as if naturally done. There's no examination or thought put into it. Well, in reality, all of us to live on to be alive in this world, it's finished one year less actually.
But
basically, to summarize, we're 1 year closer to going to the funeral home. So Geshe, I was going to say something, but now he's going to leave it now. Just let's just finish now. So if I talk right now, when people want to celebrate, if I talk on impermanence too much, it might it's not nice. So yeah, in reality, basically, when if you can think that, this, when New Year happens, you think, I'm 1 year closer to going to the funeral home. So now, unlike the previous year, I'm going to dedicate even more time and to my practice, and be more urgent about doing your prayers, your practice, your prayers, and your mind. That is very good. Then that way it spurs you to focus on your prayers more. Okay, let's leave it at that.
Thank you, everyone.